Good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and now that teaching practice is over, I have more time on my hands to read and to buy books as well. I am back to my usual routine of reading and buying and consequently making content. And I was just reading this book called Every Day I Read by Hwang Bo-rum, the same author of Welcome to the Hyunam Dong Bookshop, a Korean author. This one was, of course, translated into the English by Shana Tan, and I came across chapter 13, and it consists of about 2.5 pages, which resonated with me. So in this video, I want to um, read them to you, share these ideas with you, and let you know what I think as well. In this one, the author just expresses how much books changed her life. There isn't anything that I don't already know since I've been an avid reader for about 15 years now, so of course, there isn't much which she is going to teach me. But at the same time, the words in this chapter still resonated with me and I found them to be quite relatable. So without further ado, chapter 13. As you can see, there is a lovely cat at the top of each chapter as well. And this one is split into about 50 chapters of 3 pages each, more or less. And chapter 13 is called Online Bookshops, Facebook, Instagram. I'm always on the lookout to see what people are reading or searching for a book that was quoted by someone in an interview or on a talk show, and of course to be up to date with the latest buzz reads. There are so many books I want to read, but that doesn't stop me from adding more. Honestly, I'm starting to panic. Can I ever finish reading everything? But instead of fretting, there's only one thing to do: focus on the book in my hands. Sometimes, for an extra dose of motivation, I place my next read in a prominent position where I can see it all the time. Even when I'm reading, I'm pausing now and then to look up more books. Whenever I see references to other books, I feel as though the author is giving me a personal recommendation. In the same way, academia tracks how many times a book is cited. A book that has been referenced in a book or multiple books somehow feels more trustworthy, and if it's a topic that I'm already interested in, I immediately add it to my shopping cart. My shopping cart functions as my TBR list, and I check out a few each time I am in the mood for book shopping. That is precisely what I do as well, and I am not worried that I will never get to read all of the books on the planet. Unfortunately, with such a short lifespan and with how long it takes you to read a book properly, um, it is impossible to read all the books in the world, and you have to be very, very selective. I also follow book news closely on Facebook. My feed is full of posts from publishers, bricks and mortar bookshops, literary podcasts, indie bookshops, and news sites, so I get almost real time updates on new releases or books that are making the rounds on the internet. And whenever I see my friends post about a book they've read recently, I make a mental note. Despite hearing some of these titles for the first time, I eagerly add them to my shopping cart. Personally, I either use the Waterstones shopping cart, the Agenda Bookshop um, shopping cart, or Goodreads as well, to track the books which I would like to read in the future. And yeah, in that regard, we are not so different. One of the books that I got to know through Facebook was For Pain to Be a Pot by Kim Song Sop, a scholar on social dynamics. I came across a review of it and later a friend posted about it. My curiosity was piqued. I went to search it up, and the following line in the author's bio caught my attention. Society should be held responsible if the average person lacks a sense of pride in life. Intrigued, I clicked into the book sample and read the introduction. According to Kim, having a robust healthcare system alone isn't enough. Society should take care of the health of every individual. Immediately, I knew this was a book that I wanted to read, and it was as though I'd been waiting for it all this while. Besides getting book news from Facebook, I like to go on Instagram. Personally, my go-to is TikTok, because the algorithm works in your favor. If you like a couple of videos having to do with books and reading, more will come up, and more recommendations will ultimately um, show up as well. So TikTok is a good outlet as well. But the author of this book says it's amazing how people put up aesthetic photos of books they've read in the same way they post pictures of their travels. I myself have my own Bookstagram page where I upload pictures of the books I am currently reading or have finished alongside the reviews which I add to my Goodreads account as well. I can see what others have been reading by scrolling through tags like hashtag bookstagram, hashtag book recommendations, hashtag bookstack. Each tag has millions of posts and more are being posted as we speak. Gorgeous flat lays, sometimes with a can of beer, a cup of coffee, or close-up shots of quotes. It's impossible to stop scrolling, that is indeed how the algorithm works. There are so many books that I'm seeing for the first time. My shopping cart is ready. And honestly, this chapter I found to be very, very relatable for the sake that I do the same exact thing when it comes to building my shopping cart and finding new recommendations and recommending books to people I know love reading as well. So yeah, every day I read is a pretty decent read so far. However, it isn't teaching me anything new. I am book nerd 802 after all, but it is still a pleasant read because it consists of a lot of these affirmations for readers, which people who love books and reading might find comforting and find solace in. And if I come across another chapter which I find to be relatable, I will definitely be sharing that with you as well. Let me know if you've read this book or if you've read her very first book, Welcome to the Hyunam Dong Bookshop. That one I think is more of a fiction book, whereas this one is more of a non-fiction book because the author is writing about her own experience with books and reading and the joy that reading brings. And honestly, I only bought this one because of the gorgeous cover mainly, not because I thought that I would read something that I don't already know as far as the book world is concerned. But if you enjoyed my video, of course make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Thank you all for watching and bye guys.